Good morning. Today's living room dialogue session will be rather brief, but I've been doing a lot of videos pertaining to Christianity and Judaism, and I was guided this morning by Jesus to actually address the similarity in the Hindu faith, and that is Shiva and Shakti. So what we have is, once again, relating to Kundalini. Shiva is the divine consciousness. He is a masculine power, and Shakti is the divine feminine, and she is energy. She is the motivation, the action, really, behind that which is created in the physical universe. So when I look at these two, Shiva and Shakti, they are the divine union of God consciousness in action in the physical universe. So Kundalini, of course, is higher consciousness, and I am an American. I speak English. My primary influence has been very Americanized, and so God, to me, he has come to me as Jesus. Now, if I were Hindu, then God would probably come to me as Vishnu. Or he would come to me as Shiva, my masculine counterpart, as I am the feminine soul journeyor of awakened Kundalini. So the dynamics are spread throughout every culture, but the storyline is really the same. You have Shakti with certain powers, almost superhuman powers, to manifest things in creation. As I have described, I can speak into creation certain things, and if it is according to the will of God, then it will manifest within a reasonable amount of time. Some things happen, pretty quick, and other things take a little bit of time to unfold. So the miracles of Jesus, as we would say, may not have actually transpired quite as instantaneously as we may perceive, or as a Hollywood movie may deduct. So Shiva and Shakti are once again the Indian, Hindu god and goddess of creation, consciousness and energy united in harmony. And when you look at Shakti, she's holding the lotus flower of enlightenment, she's holding the trident, she has the cobra or the serpent adorning her body in some way, which is all relating to Kundalini. So for me, it's like the whole world has been like telling me it's all about Kundalini awakening, and yet unless you do it, you don't know. I mean, it's so hard when I look back and go, well, I was just living life, I was just doing regular stuff as my culture and my family taught. And I really didn't think about any of the connections or symbolisms to anything. I just was living. But with higher consciousness, with awakened Kundalini and my divine Jesus guiding me, then suddenly the world view changes, and I see everything as a sign pointing to God through Kundalini awakening. So Mary, Magdalene, and Jesus would be the Christian, although highly distorted, but is supposed to depict the Christian understanding of Shiva and Shakti. Just like Kuan Yin in China, I've been to China, and Kuan Yin would be the goddess of creation. So once again, every culture is in their own way trying to share the wisdom of God manifest in creation and guiding you to awaken Kundalini and experience the higher, more beautiful realms of creation than base frequency human. What I mean by that is, at higher realms, not only is it brighter, but there are abundant sensual experiences. Like one time I was traveling with a guide, and I was going through this river canyon, and I could smell the oxygen coming off of the trees, and the air had this very subtle but sweet, clean, clear fragrance to it. And I just kept walking around sniffing. I couldn't believe that the air was so clean and pure. And then, of course, you know, on Earth we have all kinds of air pollution, not just from factories, but even like excessive cattle ranching. Cattle are very toxic to the environment. And then, you know, we do contribute our own pollution, and the air can clean some of that, but not to the excess of the coal burning and the factories that are putting out toxic air. So smelling that beautiful, beautiful, slightly sweet fragrance of oxygen was astounding. And one of the other things that I experienced at higher frequency is that not heaven, but higher frequency, is that people will mature, but they will not age. They will not get wrinkles and decay. It's kind of confusing. I was just staring at people. I tried to take some pictures without being too invasive, but babies don't cry, and everything is so clean. I've mentioned that before, just how absolutely clean and pure higher frequencies and dimensions are. And the people, you know, I saw a lady who was probably in her 70s, but she didn't have any wrinkles, and she didn't have, you know, Botox injections where, you know, she had duck lips and all that kind of weird stuff. You know, she was just matured perfectly. It was really, really something to see, and I hold on to that. And I look in the mirror, you know, my little ego goes, but anyway, those are some of the other aspects of higher consciousness and Kundalini. And what is so amazing is the consciousness of each person is at low frequency. It's working great, but when you awaken Kundalini, your mental capacities are increased astronomically, and what I refer to as halo head. Your head literally is electric, and you feel this tingling electric sensation around the entire crown of your head. And that sensation is really, really strong in the early days as your electrical currents are being awakened and stimulated by the Kundalini. And so in my journals I wrote, halo head again. And I would literally feel like electric. And that happens too. Now it happens throughout my entire anatomy. I will just kind of feel electric rather than it being confined to just my brain and my head. So that is part of the elevated consciousness, and that is necessary in order to perceive God in your physical body. So I wanted to share that this morning, a little bit of a mix, Shiva and Shakti relating to Jesus and Mary, higher consciousness, and some of the beautiful experiences of that. So I hope you learn a little bit more about this, and I will share as I am guided. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.